brought up my fist. There was a sharp, violent crack. That would be the jaw. Yeah, that would be the jaw. Then he sunk to the ground, groping for the knife. I stamped on his hand and he cried out. The next moment, he was reaching for the knife.
A bit further out, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pardon me if I seem inquisitive, but what's the big idea?
Oh, Mr. Pacey said to put it here. There's another writer coming in.
Well, then maybe I better have a word in Mr. Pacey's ear before he decides to put the whole typing pool in here.
Ooh, waxy, isn't he?
I don't pay any attention to writers. They're mad.
I understand you're trying to put another writer in my room. A very short a space, Dave. I don't care how short a space we are. How do you expect me to turn out immortal prose of some idiot gaping at me all day?
Ah, well, it isn't some idiot. It's Rosemary Speed, you lucky people.
Oh, is it? Are you aware that she's one of the very few women around this joint that I've tried very hard to avoid?
You must be mad.
From what I hear, Miss Speed is everything I hate most in women. She's a careerist. She's hard and she's unfeminine.
You are mad.
Well, it's insane to like your women soft and sweet and kind of dependent. Okay, I'm mad.
Okay, let's leave it that way.
Right. Well, when does Les Speed move out?
Oh, come off it, Dave. It's only for a day or two anyway. Sit down, I'll tell you something I'm not supposed to tell you.
I'm sitting.
You know we're starting a new weekly.
True crime or something.
Well, in about an hour's time, we're voting for an editor.
So?
Don't quote me, but from what I hear, you're it.
You're kidding.
Bill Strayte's the only other one in the running, and for my money, he hasn't got what it takes.
Well, well, well. Oh, hi.
Oh, hello.
Why, you soft, cuddly little thing.
Oh, you're very naughty. I'm in the middle of an omelette. You do it without eggs.
What are you talking about? You can't make an omelet without eggs.
Oh, this one you can. At least Mrs. Cheadle of Ballum says so. I'm trying it out.
It looks all right.
Well, let's see. Mmm. Delicious. Try it. Mine's hot.
Horrible.
Nonsense. It is delicious.
I couldn't think of anything better than seeing you make omelets for the rest of my life without eggs.
Well, maybe I want something more from life than just hanging over a kitchen stove.
If I tell you something, you promise to keep it a secret?
All right, what?
I think I'm getting the true crime job. Editor.
Who told you?
I'm not allowed to tell.
It means it isn't official.
No, not exactly yet, but I think it's in the bag. You realize it means double the dough. I could even afford a wife.
I know a proverb. Never count your chickens before they can sign the checks.
Ah, but these chickens have already got their fountain pens out. You coming out tonight?
Oh, Dave, I can't. I'm sorry. I'd have loved to so much, but it's poor Aunt Faye. I'll have to run down to Richmond. She's not at all well.
You want me to run you out?
Oh, no, darling. It's sweet of you to suggest it, but, well, when she's feeling ill...
Well, I think you're wonderful.
Don't be silly, I'm not. Well, we can celebrate another night.
Soon? Oh, my private eye. I've left him in a knife fight. I have to go and get him out. Well, didn't take you long to install yourself, did it?
Oh, I just borrowed your table. Do say you've no objections. It'd be such a relief to me.
Oh, I've got plenty of objections, all right. It's just that nobody seems to care.
Maybe because you don't carry much weight around here.
Oh, wisecracks, too, huh? This is going to be one long riot of fun. He started groping for the knife again. I put a stop to that with a heel ground into the back of his hand.
His fist smashed into the other's jaw, and he sent him down like a poleaxed ox.
I picked him up out of the pelvis like a rabbit. Are you going to talk, punk, I said. But he wasn't ready for me yet. Viciously, he reached out and tried to butt at my
and the hood
jaw.
screamed, a thin, womanish scream.
I surrender, dear. branch.
2 olive branches.
You wanted in Sir Henry's office, Mr. Nelson?
Oh.
My, growing up in the world, aren't we?
Mixing with the best people.
Plotted your copybook, perhaps?
No. Matter of policy, no doubt. Send for Dave Nelson, Sir Henry always says. I'll put in a good word for you, maybe.
To get a chance to talk it over, please do.
Come in. Ah, there you are, Nelson. Come and sit down. Well, gentlemen, we are here to discuss our new project, True Crime Magazine, and to introduce its new editor to his future colleagues, Mr. George Pacey, Mr. Pete Rogers, and Mr. Charles Piers, our 3 executive editors, have cast their votes and picked their man. May I say how pleased I am with their choice? A good man, a good writer, and I'm sure a good editor to be. The editor of True Crime Magazine is Bill Strayte.
Congratulations, Bill.
Congratulations, Bill. So
Quite a surprise to me.
Well done, Bill.
Thank you.
Yes, well done, Bill. When are you taking over?
Well, that's me. I thought it was in the bag.
All right, boys, back to work.
Well,
Well, what?
congratulations in order.
Bill Strayte got the job. Why don't you go and kiss him good luck?
Bill Strayte, but everyone said you were a dead cert.
Well, everyone was wrong. Do you mind if I dictate for a while?
No, go right ahead.
It seemed the punk didn't want to talk, even after I'd roughed him up a bit. So I decided to fix it so that he would.
That's it. Go right ahead and get all those nasty thoughts right out of your system.
Why, Dave.
I just thought I'd drop in to see how dear old Aunt Fay was doing.
Oh, she's much better. In fact, when I called, she told me not to bother coming all the way down to...
Save it.
Well, what do you think you're doing? I'm sorry, Bill. I tried to stop him from bursting in, but he just wouldn't listen to me.
You hear what Laura says? You're not wanted here.
Oh, that's obvious. And as soon as I've told this little tramp exactly what I think of her, I'm getting out.
Bill!
Mind what you think, Sean.
Shut up! I don't mind you liking other guys better than me. Not even this crumb here, but I hate lies. You didn't want me off the hook till you had the bigger fish caught, did you?
Stop him, Bill.
That's all for now, Straight. I'll deal with you properly later.
You don't understand.
Oh, I understand all right pretty well.
Get out of here, Dave Nelson. I never want to see you again, you with your 5 bob meals and your big talk. Well, at least Bill can give me a decent home and a decent life.
And I thought you were the soft, feminine type. I even wanted to marry you. That's a laugh.
Oh, get out of here!
Oh, drop dead.
Oh, turn blue!
Hey, Jack.
Jimmy, sir.
Okay, Jack, Jimmy. Can I interrupt your studies long enough to buy myself another drink?
Can
The name happens to be Jimmy.
Speak for yourself, Jimmy. Jack or Jimmy? What's the difference?
Oh, one's name is one's most personal possession. How would you like it if I called you Hezekiah instead of...
Crystal.
Crystal?
Well, my friends call me Christy.
Ah, Christy, that's much better. All right, we'll have these drinks on me, Christy.
Thanks.
Jimmy, make that 2 gins, will you? Doubles. Gin's a man's best friend. It makes him forget chills, blue devils, thoughts of mortality, and reminders of income tax.
Are you depressed or something?
Me, depressed? Lady, nobody has been as depressed as me for years and years and years.
9 shillings, please, sir.
Keep it.
Thank you, sir.
As a matter of fact, I am depression itself. Cheers.
Not much use letting it get you down, is there?
Oh, yes. It's wonderful once in a while to wallow in it. It's like taking off your corsets and scratching.
Thanks. But I don't happen to wear corsets.
Oh. Very nice, too. You've got beautiful eyes, Christy. I like your eyes. I like you. How about you and me going out and picking up some pink elephants, huh?
Okay.
Come on. Whiskey and water, Jack.
Jimmy, sir.
Christy, got those tricks?
Oh, not too bad.
And what can we do for you, huh?
I better get this one lying down before he falls down. You got a rope?
What for it?
Yes, it's a pal of mine. And it drops too much and doesn't know where he lives.
Newsflash.
Yes, Dave. Yes, dear. He's mad keen to drive home, the dope.
Oh, don't fix him up. Cash in advance. Oh, beautiful, big, blue, confiding.
Look at him.
Yeah, it's the sign here.
Oh, penny there, fine.
Here, let me try. What's your other name, dear?
Smith. Now, that's a good name, Smith, huh?
Maybe you're right.
Oh,
Sound okay, Parker?
Yes, top, actually.
Little present for Christy?
yeah, sure. Buy yourself a grand piano.
The trombone I've always hankered for. Look after him, Parker.
Yes, okay.
Well, I must go now.
Oh.
Bye, Ducky. Thanks for the drinks.
Oh, wait. Oh, Christy, wait a minute. We're going to have a party. You can't go now.
Oh, no, dear. We've had the party. Nighty-night.
Oh, but... Oh, Christy. Oh,
Come along. There's a good boy. Upstairs to ready, boy.
I see you coming along.
Never mind about it.
Oh, you should have let that go. Get that right. police.
Your proof, miss.
Well, thanks, David. What are you hovering around for?
Did you hear about Mr. Nelson, miss?
No, what?
Murdered Mr. Strayte, yes.
James, those horror comics have finally caught up with you.
Yeah, honest, miss, it's quite true. Mr. Nelson boxed him on the nut and killed him. Oh, the cops got there in time to stop him cutting up the body. He's in quad now, see?
The Ripper himself.
Oh.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Beat it.
What's all this about you and Bill Strayte?
Somebody bumped him off last night and thoughtfully left the body in my flat.
What? Dave, you're kidding.
I wish I was.
Poor devil. Where does this leave you?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks. I didn't get in till 7:30 this morning. That happened at midnight.
Not on the tiles, hmm?
It was not. It was very pure and dull. Yeah, hello. Okay, I'll be right up. You sent for me, Sir Henry?
Yes, I did, Nelson. Come in. Sit down. Help yourself.
Thank you.
Right, let's hear about it.
Well, I'm in the dark as much as anybody, sir. I got home at 7:30 this morning, and there was Strayte in my sitting room. Dead as mutton.
You're in the clear, I take it.
Yes, I wasn't there at all last night.
You can prove that to the satisfaction of the police.
I stayed at a hotel.
Forgive me, but alone?
Yes. So they're bound to remember me, and it's that sort of hotel.
I see. Well, why did you go? This isn't just idle curiosity, Dave. I have a reason for asking. You'll see in a minute.
Well, I was tight.
Oh? Well, don't worry. I never signed the place myself. But I hope you didn't make a practice of it.
Well, I can take it or leave it.
Good. You've got the name of this place off, Pat.
Just the Norfolk Hotel, Norfolk Place.
Oh, well, that's all right, then. You undoubtedly signed in, drunk or sober.
Hey.
What's up?
I think the girl with me signed in.
You just told me you were alone.
Yeah, well, I picked up a girl earlier on in the evening. Christy was her name. She steered me to the hotel. She was a pal of the manager's, I think.
I see. Well, that makes two witnesses. You should be perfectly clear. And now I suppose you're wondering why I'm being so nosy. I'm going to tell you anyway. I've got to replace Strayte, as you know. Naturally, it wouldn't do if I picked a man who was liable to get in a jam with Scotland Yard.
Now, I see your point.
By the way, was it Strayte's promotion that made you go on this bender?
Well, yes, sir. That and something else rather personal.
You realize that Strayte's election was fair? The editors voted and he got the job. You no quarrel there?
No. Of course, I was a bit disappointed.
Oh, naturally. However, all things come to him who waits. Let me congratulate you on your new job. You'll make a fine editor, I'm sure of it.
Thank you very much, sir. I'll do my best.
Then on with it, boy. Yes?
Whole family's waiting to see you, sir.
Then get rid of him. I have to go out this morning.
Come in. Ah, Miss Richards, what can I do for you?
Oh, goodness. I seem to pick quite the wrong time, don't I?
Any time's the wrong time. I didn't mean that. I mean, I'm always busy.
Oh, well, if you're sure. It's about the Klein Ross file, Mr. Nelson. I wondered if you could have got in with Mr. Strayte's belongings.
The Klein Ross file? Never even heard of it.
Oh, dear, it does make me cross. It was Mr. Strayte, you see, poor man. Yes, he borrowed it from research ages ago.
Well, it's not here, anyway.
Oh, dear, it's too bad.
Hello? Oh, yeah, send him right up, will you, please? Thank you.
I don't want to be a bore, but you see, I do like to keep my little department in order. I'm worried about that file.
Yes, I understand, Miss Richards, but I'm afraid you're going to have to excuse me. I've got somebody from Scotland Yard coming up.
Goodness. Oh, well, I'll take myself off. Whatever they say, I don't believe who murdered Mr. Strayte.
Oh, thank you very much.
It is a time like this that one finds one's real friends, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Mr. Nelson?
Yeah, that's right. Come on in.
Thank you, sir.
Sit down, won't you?
Thank you. I don't mind saying I feel a bit nervous coming to a place like this. I'm not a literary man myself. Have a line of duty, as you might say. Do you mind if I smoke?
No, go right ahead.
They've put me in charge of this affair in your flat.
Inspector Crambo, isn't it?
That's right, sir. I don't have to tell you they call me Dumb Crambo, do I?
Well,
Of course. I mustn't waste your time, must I? Well, this man Strayte, you knew him well?
well, I couldn't say we were the best of bosom buddies.
No? Even less so when he got the job you wanted, eh?
As you say.
And on top of that, he pinches your best girl, eh?
Who told you that?
As a matter of fact, it was the best girl, Miss Laura Martin. Quite bitter, she seemed.
I suppose she didn't omit to tell you that I clocked him last night.
And threatened to deal with him properly later, she said.
Maybe so, but I certainly didn't kill him.
Going a bit fast, aren't we, sir? There's this alibi of yours.
Yes, thank goodness there's this alibi.
The fact is, sir, we're having a bit of trouble with that alibi.
You're what?
Yes, a nuisance, isn't it? This man at the Norfolk Parker, his name is, he doesn't seem to remember a gentleman of your description.
Hey, now, wait a minute.
Oh, no, there's no need to get alarmed. Yet. What I suggest is you come along with me, and maybe once the fellow sees you, the whole thing will straighten itself out. Now, what do you say?
I just can't wait.
Oh, that's the spirit, sir. Thank you, sir. What, you again?
I told you I didn't know nothing.
Yes, so you did. Now, don't get upset, Mr. Parker. I brought the gentleman along himself to make things easier for you.
You remember me? I stayed here last night.
Never seen you before in my life.
What are you talking about? You signed me in yourself.
Sorry, can't oblige. Never set eyes on you before.
He's mad. Make him show you the visitor's book.
Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, Mr. and Mrs. Brown, Mr. Smith and niece. Doesn't seem to be any Mr. Nelson here, sir.
That's all right. I remember I used the name Smith. Yeah, it was Smith.
Any of this in your writing, sir?
No. It was the girl, Christy. She signed in. What's more, she's a friend of yours.
Christy. I've never heard of no Christy.
I don't think we can do anything further here, sir.
Look, let's go over to the Rubicon Bar. The barman there will remember. That's where I found her.
Whatever you say, sir.
Sorry, gentlemen, out of hours. Oh, that's different, isn't it?
You remember me, don't you? I was in here last night.
No, I don't.
Look, I kept calling you Jack, and you kept telling me your name was Jimmy.
If I had a shilling for everyone I said that to, I'd be a very rich man.
There was a girl here at the bar, a blonde, that picked her up. Don't you remember that?
Oh, yes, that's right, so you did. Yes, very annoyed I was, too, this not being that class of bar.
I thought I was going potty.
Did you know this girl?
No, I don't encourage the type.
Well, at least it proves there was such a person.
True.
I left with her, remember?
Oh, yes, that's right, so you did, yes.
See?
What time was it when they went?
Search me about 8:30, maybe, not later.
Midnight's the time we care about, isn't it, sir?
Well, all you've got to do is find the girl.
Oh, 8 million inhabitants in this city, and all I've got to do is find a blonde called Christy. Oh, well, might as well get started. You'll be around if I want to, won't you, sir?
Now, what do you think I'm going to do? Make a break for it?
I'm sure you wouldn't be so very ill-advised, sir. Well, shall we say, au revoir?
Give me the largest gin you've got, will you, for Pete's sake?
You should know better than that, sir. Out of hours.
Give me strength.
Do you fight under W for whiskey or S for scotch?
M for medicine. Oh, that's better.
I brought my script for the new mag.
Fine, just leave it here in the desk.
Something eating you?
Yeah, a very large carnivory by the name of Crambo.
You mean the man from Scotland Yard?
Who else? Do you know that guy thinks I murdered Bill Strayte so I could just sit here at his desk and look important?
You've got an alibi.
I had an alibi, you mean?
Don't play it for laughs. Tell me.
What do you care?
Ask a personal question. You might get a personal answer. Tell me.
You don't know what that means to me. Okay, I'll skip it. Well, you know, I spent all last night at a hotel. Well, the guy at the reception desk swears blind he's never seen me before in his life. It all started earlier on in the evening. There was a girl. I picked her up at the Rubicon Bar. We came to a hotel. Wait for it. She fixed me up with a room and went. All I can remember now that her name was Christy and she was a blonde. How do you like it? You don't. I can't say I blame you. It sounds phony even to me.
That's why I believe you. You're bright enough to think of a much better story than that. What sort of hotel was it?
Well, I can only describe it as being, doubtful.
Maybe that's why the man at the desk wouldn't play. Terrified of the police. Why don't you go back there on your own? See if he changes his mind.
You know, there might be something in that.
Let me come too. I've always wanted to be a girl sleuth.
To think I've always tried to steer clear of clever women.
We wear better by and large. I'll get my coat. Ooh, charming little place, this. Where is everybody?
This worked the last time. You think this is something you want to see upstairs? Brass beds and texts.
Text? Here?
Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Proverb, dear, not a text.
Proverb text.
Isn't anybody going to come?
I'll see if there's anybody around.
Dave!
What's the matter? What's up? Him. He's dead as a dodo. What do I do now?
Phone the police.
But I can't. What do you...
Phone the police.
Phone the police.
Making quite a habit of finding bodies, aren't you, sir? Eh?
Believe me, it's a habit I'll try and break myself of.
Anyway, I told you I was with Mr. Nelson all the time. How could he have done it?
Lucky you were, miss. Don't you agree, Miss Nelson? Why'd you come here at all?
I was trying to make Parker admit he'd remembered me.
No, now we'll never know if he did or not. By the way, we haven't found that blonde yet.
Well, you better hurry up. I don't like being in this position.
Oh, I quite agree, sir. It's not a nice position at all. Not at all.
Can we go now, Inspector?
Why not? Not too far away, sir.
Come on, Rosie, I'll buy you a drink. This guy makes me nervous.
That's what he's trying to do, dope. Out for a drink?
No, thanks. I don't think I will.
Won't last forever, Dave.
What won't?
The way you feel about Laura.
Oh, if you think I give a...
A big is the usual term.
Well, I don't.
You do. But you'll get over it. She wasn't your type anyway. You had to find out sooner or later.
You'd be a riot in the lovelorn column.
As a matter of fact, I was. And don't snarl at me. I'm talking sense.
Oh, there isn't any sense anymore. Forget it.
You're not a fool for that.
Why do I lose 3 marks?
Because you're not in love with me. See you tomorrow.
Yeah?
Oh, we are still here.
Yes. Scotland Yard is still baffled.
It's about the client.
Klein-Ross file, yes, I know.
Well, I've simply got to find it. I'm responsible.
Well, it's not here. Are you sure Mr. Strayte took it?
I have a pink form. I'll show it you if you like.
No, not that, please.
Mr. Strayte filled it up himself exactly 3 weeks and 2 days ago.
What exactly was in this file? Maybe if I knew, I'd be able to trace it for you.
Klein and Ross were two men who murdered a man in Johannesburg. It was about 15 years ago. They were both sentenced to death, but Ross escaped from the death cell. He's never been found.
What happened to his buddy?
Oh, they hanged him. Has the inspector been here again lately?
I get the connection.
Oh, no, I didn't mean... Well, anyway, I do stand up for you when people say things about you, unlike some of your so-called friends.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, good morning.
Could be. Get me Inspector Crambo at Scotland Yard, will you? My.
My what?
Well, the place looks more like a chorus girl's boudoir than an office.
Just those touches only a feminine hand can give it.
This isn't yours.
I can't see why the idea of a baby horrified you so. I thought you were the one that was always talking about feminine women and clattering feet and things.
Yeah, but everybody's got an idea in their mind about a person, and my idea of you, well, you just don't have babies. Where's your husband?
I'm not married.
Oh, this is not your baby.
It's not my baby. It's my sister's. Practically mine, though. But you didn't erupt in here just to talk about my family tree.
No, that was a sidetrack. It's not an idea, just call it a glimmer.
Hmm?
Have you ever heard of the Klein-Ross case, South Africa?
No. Oh, wait a bit. Yes. Escape murderer.
That's right. Well, for the past few days, Omar Richard has been yowling about the file. Strayte took it out and it's disappeared. Maybe Strayte did know where there was a body buried.
What you're trying to say is that either Pacey, Bill Rogers, or Charles Pierce is Ross.
And Strayte found out and made whoever it was vote for him in the election.
And then friend Ross bumped him off.
A lot of blackmailers end up dead.
You jumped a long way to reach that conclusion.
Well, it's better than being suspicion up to your neck. Anyway, Crambo figures it's worthwhile looking into.
How? Prance up to each one in turn and say, "Excuse me, but do you happen to be an escaped murderer?"
And you, so intelligent. Haven't you ever heard of fingerprints?
Suppose they don't want to give them.
The idea is to get them without asking.
Bit sneaky, isn't it?
You've got no idea how sneaky I'd get to keep out of the condemned cell.
What if you do get them?
Well, Crambo's getting Ross's prints by wire from Joburg. When he gets them, he compares them with our three, and if my hunch works out, we're in business.
I'm beginning to see where I come in on this.
Well, I got Pacey's and Pete Rogers' prints. That was easy. I asked him into my office for a drink. But Charles Pierce is too spiritual to drink. So, figuring as he's such a great pal of yours...
I'm to show my friendship by smashing his fingerprints.
Well...
Well, I suppose it's for a reasonably good cause.
Good girl. As soon as you can, Rosie, I'll get the lot off to Crambo.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were busy.
No, it's quite all right. Come on in, boy. It's free as air. Take it easy.
It's all right, Charles. They say it runs in the family. It's not dangerous.
I say, Rosie, I got 2 tickets tonight for the Wigmore Hall. Tibetan music. I wondered if you care to come.
Sounds fascinating. Tell me more.
Well, you know, they play this,
Hold that for me, will you?
Yeah, oh, certainly. Can you see all right?
That's fine. Tell me more about Tibetan music.
The whole thing's played in a minor key.
Oh, how does that go?
Well, yeah. See what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Rather different to our more obvious Western melodies. You know, I believe that, to the illiterate, it might almost sound discordant.
I've got news for you, Charles. I'm illiterate.
No, it's all right, Gracie. They give you programs explaining it all.
Me? I'm for Frankie Lane.
Really?
Yes.
I say.
Ah, here we are. Sorry to keep you waiting, but we're mere public servants, you know, mere errand boys.
Yeah, definitely mere.
Take no notice of him, Inspector. It's just that we're dying to know if you found anything.
Oh, naturally, of course. I think I'd like a nice cold beer, a lager.
Oh, sorry. Another lager, Jimmy?
Yes, sir. Well, that certainly was a clever idea of yours, Mr. Nelson. Very ingenious, if I may say so. I often say we policemen could learn a lot from you crime writers. Surprising the things you think up.
Look, can we cut out all this bull and get down to it?
Ah, there I go, running on. It's just that I admire these clever notions.
Oh, brother.
I'm afraid your little idea didn't work out, Mr. Nelson.
Do you mean none of them is Ross?
Not a one. It doesn't take away from the cleverness of thinking of it, though, does it, sir?
I must think up something else to provide you with all that good, clean fun of yours.
One good thing came out of it, though, sir.
What?
A nice set of your prints on each glass. They're yours, miss, I think.
Thank you.
Not that it matters, but I thought it wasn't allowed to file an innocent person's prints.
Oh, of course it's not, sir. Goodness me.
Well?
Of course, it's a different matter when the prints are given voluntarily, isn't it, sir?
Whatever you say. I hope they do you a lot of good.
It's just that we're very anxious to know whether you found the girl, Inspector.
The mysterious Christy? No, miss. Very slack of us, isn't it?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Sometimes I wonder if the girl really exists.
You know darn well she does. If you're so sure I'm lying, why don't you arrest me right now?
What a way to carry on, sir. The police don't go as fast as that. Oh, no. Do you know something?
Practically nothing anymore.
We often know the name of a murderer long before we arrest him. The ropes hanging over his shoulders, you might say. Every move we make draws it just an inch tighter. When he first feels it, he thinks he can easily slip his head out of such a slack noose. So easy he doesn't try. Later, he does try, but it's too late. He manufactures evidence, hides it, twists it, but it's useless. Every move and wriggle he makes just narrows that circle of rope another inch or two, till he feels the touch of it on his neck, and he's finished. Nothing personal, you understand?
No, of course not. They don't drink with you when they're on your track.
Dave.
It's all right. Anyway, it'll teach you not to try to be the boy sleuth. You want another one of those concoctions?
Yes, a large one. That man gives me the willies.
Well, you coming up or aren't you? Hey! I'm not.
Hey, Christy, it's Mac. I just hit town. You coming out to play, huh? Now, what's the matter? What's the matter with you? You dumb or something? I just want to know, maybe you got a friend.
Open up, police! Sergeant, come up here. Open up there, police. What the heck are you doing here, Nelson?
I think you'd better come in.
I see.
No, you don't see at all. She was dead when I got here.
Great little body finder, aren't you? Get on to the yard.
Right, sir.
Not that phone, you lunatic. Use one in another flat.
Sorry, sir.
You don't have to look at me like that. I tell you, she was dead when I got here.
About half an hour ago, we got a phone call. A tip-off. Anonymous gent, as per usual. Said we'd find your blonde here. He said nothing about her being dead, though. Strangled by the look of it. Not so long ago, either. Unfortunate the way you're always on the spot, isn't it, Mr. Nelson?
I know it seems odd. You don't have to tell me.
If you see a kid coming out of the pantry with jam on its face, what do you think, eh?
I know. But the fact remains I didn't kill her. She's the last person I'd want to see dead. She's my alibi.
She was, you mean? What brought you here tonight?
Somebody broke into my flat. I caught him at it. He left this behind. He also gave me this clout in the head.
You found this and came straight here?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been more usual to ring us?
I wanted to find the girl and bring her over to you, all by my little self. Can't you see somebody's trying to frame me for these murders?
You crime writers, eh? Real up-in-the-air ideas you get.
All right, so it sounds far-fetched, but it's true just the same. As a matter of fact, Crambo, I've got a pretty good idea who it is.
Well, fancy. But that's just how it should be, isn't it? The silly police running around chasing their own tails, and along comes the clever writer and solves the whole thing off his own bat, eh? But if we paid any attention to you... Look, why don't you tell me who broke into your flat tonight?
Because I'm not sure. It's just something I stumbled onto here tonight.
Well?
It's only an idea, and I can't prove it.
You know something, Nelson?
What?
I'm getting a little tired of playing silly devils with you.
What do you mean by that?
Just that I think it's high time you came along to the yard and made a statement.
Are you arresting me?
Not at the moment. But I want that statement, and I want it now.
Oh, well. In that case, there's only one thing I can say to you.
Well, I must say, this is a fine time of
I'm
night.
sorry, Miss Speed. It's not our choice.
Now that you're here, what do you want?
We're looking for David Nelson, miss.
Are you crazy?
Not so far as I'm aware, miss.
Well, you must be, or you wouldn't expect to find a man hidden in my flat at this time of night.
Beg pardon, miss, but if you'd last look round.
Honestly. Well, if you must.
He was last seen running in this direction.
What do you mean, last seen? Sounds awfully official to me.
It is official, miss. I intend to charge him.
What with?
Murder, miss.
Dave has never killed anybody. He's not that sort.
I intend to charge him, miss.
All right, you may look round. But Dave's not here.
Thank you, miss. Oh, clear, Sergeant.
Inspector?
Yes, miss?
I just know that you're all wrong about Dave. He'd never kill anybody. Why didn't you find this Christy?
We have found her, miss. Dead. I intend to charge Nelson with her death. Good night, miss. I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
Shut the curtains quick. Oh, that's better. I was out there all the time Crambo was here. I suppose he told you Christy's dead.
Yes. Dave, what are you going to do? She was your last chance.
I'm not so sure about that, but let's sit down before I fall down. Oh, I had quite a chase through the streets. I never used up so much energy since I ran second to Chris Chataway.
Let me get you some coffee.
No, don't go away.
Why did you run away from the police, Dave?
I had to.
But it makes it look as if you did it.
Well, so does the evidence, I'm afraid.
They don't hang innocent people.
Oh, I'm not sticking my neck out for an old cliche like that. Thank you very much.
They're bound to catch up with you.
Look, will you please stop being Little Miss Sunshine and listen to me? I think I know who's behind all this now.
Who?
I'm not going to say till I can prove it. And I can't do that. Not yet. It's just a hunch. And the faintest trace of a particular perfume.
A woman?
Old Brer Fox ain't seen nothing yet. All I can say is that I'm going to stay free long enough to give my hunch a break. Thanks. If it doesn't work out, then the police can take over, and we'll leave it to the lawyers and the council and all the rest of them. Thank you. Oh, come on now, smile for Daddy. I wasn't born to be hanged, you know. That's my Rosie. Hey, what's so different about you?
Different? About me?
Yeah, you don't look the same as you do in the office.
Well, I don't usually go to the office in a dressing gown.
No, it's not that. There's a word for it.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
3 words, really. You're soft and cuddly and feminine.
Well, that's a change from being everything that you like least in a woman.
I never said anything.
Oh, yes, you did. George Pacey told me.
Oh, him. I must have been raving anyway. I never realized that you were everything I thought was impossible and unattainable in a woman.
Thanks. We aim to please.
And what's more, when we're married, you won't be allowed to wear anything but this dressing gown.
What did you say?
You heard me.
Oh, say it again. This is all very well.
It's better than that.
But it isn't getting you out of a jam.
No, we got a bit overlaid there, didn't we?
Dave, you can't dodge the police forever.
No, just till tomorrow morning when the office opens.
Won't they be waiting for you there?
Yeah, I suppose so, but I've got to get into that building somehow.
I know the basement, where it joins the paper store.
That's it. Oh, but that door is usually kept locked, isn't it?
Well, couldn't I go down first thing and unlock it?
Yeah, but that makes you an accessory or something, doesn't it?
Darling, I'm one now, aren't I?
I must be out of my mind. I shouldn't have come here in the first place. I'm getting out of here.
Don't be crazy. I mean, it's up to my neck. Don't keep me away from the finals.
There's heavy penalties.
Sit down. You don't pay income tax in prison.
Miss Speed, you're wonderful.
Hi.
Hi, yourself.
Sleep well?
Like a baby.
Liar. Coffee?
Yeah, wonderful idea. Thank you. What's the matter? Something wrong?
Oh, no. No, there's nothing wrong.
What are you sitting there looking at me like that for? You look as if you've never seen me before in your life.
It's the first time I've seen a man so early in the morning.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, what do you know?
Well, I never was one for boyfriends, and I never had any brothers.
How's it feel?
Oh, I think I could bear to have it happen again.
Day and daily.
Dave, how are we going to get you out of here? They'll be watching downstairs.
Yeah, I thought of that. I think I better nip out the back door, down the fire escape, and out the tradesman's entrance. In the meantime, you go out the front door, grab a taxi, come around the back, and pick me up.
Okay. Dave, it's going to be all right, isn't it?
Everything's going to be just fine, Rosie. Okay, drop me off here. Rosie.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you open that door the first minute possible.
I will.
That's my girl.
Good luck, Dave. Find your house, please. I'd never get here.
Me too.
Please, it's swarming with policemen.
That's all right, I'll manage.
What do you do?
We'll nip into that elevator and go upstairs to a particular office. After that, it's in the lap of the guards. Now, you better get back before they start missing you.
Fingers crossed.
Okay, now scream all you want, you little... Don't do that. You're going to listen to me, Dimmick.
Dramatics won't help your situation much, Nelson.
Maybe yes, maybe no, but you're going to listen to me.
Well, if it gives you any sort of gratification, carry on.
I know who killed Bill Strayte.
The inspector seems to be under the impression that you did.
The same person that killed Parker and Christy Freeman.
Indeed. And who have you decided to tag with these killings?
You, because you did them both.
Are you raving mad?
I've never been more clear-minded in my life.
And why am I supposed to have acted in such an extraordinary fashion?
It started a long time ago. You weren't Sir Henry Dimmick then. You were just plain Mr. Ross of Johannesburg. You and your partner, Klein, were arrested for murdering a man. You were sentenced to death, and you escaped.
Fascinating.
You came back here, and model a new life for yourself, a new personality.
But you'll admit I didn't do too badly, did I?
Oh, no, you didn't do bad at all. Not till Strayte tumbled your little scheme.
Like all little men when they think they're onto a big thing, he got greedy.
Where did you kill him?
In my flat. He barged in late that night and demanded to be made a director of this firm, my firm.
Go on.
He appeared to want to get married to your best girl. And when I inquired who had given him that black eye...
Yeah, I know.
Couldn't have been handier, could it? You see, I know people, Nelson. I know how people's minds work. After a row with your girl and a fight with a new boyfriend, what would you be bound to do?
You go ahead and tell me.
What, in fact, you did do. Go out and get drunk and pick up a girl.
Brilliant.
And then you sat here next morning and told me every single thing you'd done.
Well, you must have been laughing.
Parker was a type I knew pretty well. Small fish in criminal waters. 25 quid settled him.
Yeah, but why did you have to bump the poor devil off?
Because I couldn't rely on him when he knew it was murder. Petty crooks don't like being mixed up with it at all.
He put you on to Christy, I suppose.
He did?
Don't you feel a twang of conscience about that pretty, silly little blonde?
Can't say that I do. Don't let's wallow in sentiment, Nelson. That was quite a neat touch about the envelope, wasn't it?
Yeah, very neat.
Once again, your actions became pathetically predictable. I knew you'd make a mad rush straight to the girl's flat. You were sadly transparent, I fear. I wonder if you'd have made a good editor after all. There's just one thing I'd like to know. What led you here to me?
It was in your pocket and reeked of your cigars.
Well, well, that was pretty smart of you.
Open up!
Time's up.
Open up now! Open up, please!
I'm afraid this is where we go our separate ways. Sorry to dash your hopes, but I turned off the dictaphone. They're going to find your fingerprints all over the gin bottle in the girl's flat. I took it from your cupboard. Too bad, isn't it? Now I'm going to kill you, in self-defense, that is. You can take him away, Inspector. Another moment and I would have had him parceled up for you.
I'm not taking Nelson, Sir Henry. Or should I call you Mr. George Ross? It was that gin bottle, covered with Nelson's prints, but there was one, only one of yours.
How'd you know it was his?
Oh, we're not so slow after the odds, sir. That little idea you had about one of the blokes here being Ross, well, you only tried 3 of them. We took prints from every single person in the building, so as they didn't notice. Painless extraction, you might call it. Care to come along, sir?
This, she thought, is it. She thrilled to the feel of his strong body. Her lips met his in a long, soul-searching kiss.